Hey there, today I'm going to teach you how to draw Terra from Teen Titans Go. So as usual, I'm going to start with the eyes. So we're going to start with the left eye. We're going to draw a straight line across. And then on the inside of the eye, we're just going to make it a little bit thicker and taper to the outside. And draw a little line going up in the center. On the right side, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to draw a little line for the center, and then draw a straight line across for the top of the eye, but then also making the inside of the eye a little bit thicker. From here, on the left side here, I'm going to draw a curve. So the bottom of the eye, but then I'm going to thicken it up on the outside near the top, and then I'm going to taper it out as I get towards the middle. I'll do the exact same thing on this side, so I'll draw a curve for the bottom of the eye. I'm just going to thicken up the outside, and then taper it as I get towards the middle. So for the pupils, I'm going to draw an oval on the right side of the eye. I'll do the same thing over here. So I have her looking over to the right side. And then I'm going to fill in the center black, but I'm going to leave a little opening of white on the top left corner. So it's almost like a backward C. I'll do the same thing on this side as well. And over here, I'm just going to draw a raised eyebrow because she's kind of looking over and she's kind of got a smirk on. So I'll draw a curve like this. I'll thicken up the inside and taper it out towards the outside. And here, so let's draw two little short lines in the middle, just like that for her nostrils. And then for her smile, I'm just going to curve this up like so. Let's go to the head. So her chin is pretty much right around here. So I'm just going to put a point here for her chin. And for the top of her hair, where it's parted, I'll draw a point just around there. Now I'm going to connect these 2 points with a curve. It just goes outside of that eye, just like that. Then from this point, I'm going to go towards the side of her head, where her ear would be. I'm going to stop right about here, because this is where the hair will overlap. So back at this point here, I'm going to curve down, touch that point, and go a little bit past. I'm going to go up, just like so. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go over to the left side and do the exact same thing, just so I can make sure I have the same length and the same thickness of that bang. Then here I'm just going to draw sort of a half square for her ear. Let's go up to the hair on the top and make another point, just slightly above that part in the hair. And I'm going to come down around just past that point where that bang is. And this is probably the toughest part, is just trying to make sure that I get the right shape and roundness. So I'll come around, come down, and I stop right about here. And I'm going to finish off the rest of the hair after I get the body in, because the body is actually overlapped on top of the hair. So let's go to the neck. So here I'm going to draw 2 straight lines down, alright, just right at that point of her chin. I'm going to curl up the shoulders, just like this, kind of like hooks. So let's draw this arm in first. I'm going to have her arm on her hip. So I'm going to curl this back and go straight down towards the elbow. Then I'm just going to come in a little bit and I'll draw another line, the inside, and I'll draw the sleeve. Then from here, I'm going to do a little overlap here for her forearm. Make that double wide. And draw a line straight across. And this is the cuff of her glove. So it's basically a tilted rectangle. And from here, I'll draw the wrist into the hand. And I'll curl that back towards the tip of the fingers. I'll go straight up and across. And from here, I'll do a slight overlap and just tuck that in underneath the wrist of the glove. And I'll draw some finger lines just like so. Let's go into the body here. So here, I'm going to draw a curve just behind that glove. And then here is where her chest would be. So I'm going to curve out, now curve in. Alright, and from here I'll draw a separation for her top of her shirt. Then here, I'm just going to draw a circle for her belt. And then I'll draw 2 lines on either side, just like so. And then this is where the pouch would be, on one side here. And I'll draw a pouch on this side. Now, let's get into the legs. I'm just going to draw part of the leg and then I'll draw this arm in, just because the legs go in front of that arm. So let's draw a line that comes down on both sides. Equal length. up here, I'm just going to draw a line across to separate the legs. And then I'll come down equal distance all the way down on both sides of the legs. And here I will draw 2 little curves for her pant. Then here I'm just going to draw 2 lines across. I'll come down on either side, just like so. This is the cuff of her boot. And then I'll finish that off just like so. I'm going to come in a little bit on the insides of the boot and draw 2 straight lines down. And along the bottoms of each boot, I'm going to draw a straight line. So this is the bottom of the boot. So I'll start on the left side first, just so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to curve up, draw a straight line across, and I'll curve down. So it's equal sides left and right. And from here, up here, I'm going to draw a line down towards that point. Along the bottom, I'll do a separation line for the heel of the boot, or the tread. Here, I'm going to come out with 2 lines, connect those 2 points, and then just separate them with 2 lines. And then the heel, I'm just going to draw a little separator. Let's try that again. So here, I'm going to go up, straight across, and I'll come down. From here, I'm going to come in and separate the heel or the tread with a straight line. And then from here, I'll come out with 2 lines, straight down, connecting those 2 points. And I'll separate that box with 2 lines. And I'll just do a detail for the heel. Let's get into the final part, the arm. So let's round out that shoulder and come down. Equal distance on both sides. And I'll just draw part of the cuff of the glove that gets tucked in behind that pouch. And then with the hands, I'm just going to do a curl to the tip of the fingers, straight across, and back up. And then her thumb gets tucked in behind her leg. And I'll draw 2 separation lines like so. So now with this hair, I can come down, up, come down, up, and I'll tuck that in behind that hand. Here I'll come down, up, down, and then this basically gets tucked in between the legs, just like so. Oh, let's not forget that sleeve on this side, and then the collar on her neck. And I believe that's pretty much it. There is Terra from Teen Titans Go. I hope you enjoyed this program. Please give it a like, and we'll see you again soon.